Hey guys! Alright, this is it's not really a thought of the day, it's more of I have so many questions. That's pretty much what this is today. So, I'm not going to name the store, but it's one that some of us love or some of us hate. And I'm not going to say the brand because I'm not advertising, but it's good cost effectiveness. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, they got a pizza. And on the front of the pizza, it says there's 2.5 feet of cheese in this crust. So now this is where the questions start. 2.5 feet of cheese. That seems fair enough. But are we talking string cheese thickness 2.5 feet? Are we talking pool cue thickness 2.5 feet? Are we talking hair thickness 2.5 feet? This is very questionable. So I also want to figure out how the hell can I get this cheese out of the crust to find out if I'm getting 2.5 feet of cheese. What if I'm getting 1 7/8 feet cheese? You know, what if I'm getting 2.25 feet of cheese? Yeah, really not so bad financial decision. Anyway, it's like typical American measurements, when they say, oh, the balloon was the size of 2 school buses. Well, are they regular size school buses? Are they mini buses? Are they extended school buses? Are they short buses? Yeah, you know. So this 2.5 foot, while it seems to be very, very clear, we don't know how thick this 2.5 feet is. How long is this? Is this 2.5 feet where if you put it in a ball, you can kick it? Is it 2.5 feet if you put it in a ball, you could probably swallow it? Right? So many questions. So many questions. If anybody knows, let me know. Pop it in the comments. Other point is too, this 2.5 feet of cheese, is that strictly in the crust or is that counting the cheese on the top? Because that could change everything. That could change everything. As a consumer, I want to know how much cheese is in this pie. Seriously. And honestly, between me and you, and don't tell anyone, it's not even my pizza. I didn't even eat it. I don't really like pizza. But this 2.5 foot thing got me completely beside myself. So let me know what you think. 2.5 feet poke size, 2.5 feet hair size, 2.5 foot string cheese size. And don't be all smart ass in the comments and say, oh, we'll just take it out and look. I'm already worried enough about how it got in there. Did they wire that through like an electrician? Did somebody just like blow the cheese through? Did they place it nice and neatly and roll the dough over it? Did they do it in sections? Now, if they did it in sections, there's going to be gaps. So that's not a straight 2.5 foot cheese. All right. Ran over.